Hey everybody, so this is the first project of the April Project Challenge. I will make a slideshow in 3 different ways. It's going to be fun. So I will make one version with React, other version with vanilla JavaScript, and one more with only CSS. If you want to jump to one or the other, there's going to be time codes in the description. So let's get started. I'm going to make the React version of the slideshow, and we're going to use React app to do this. Now I'm going to have the main component called slideshow, and then we're going to have, like, I think we're going to have an image that we're going to change the source with a button, and we're going to have in the state an index that loops through an array of URLs of the image that we want. Nice. Now we have here the React app. I'm going to get rid of a couple of things here that we don't need. Great, now we have all the things that we didn't need removed. Now we're going to start creating the slideshow. So we're going to have here the slideshow. Yeah, and now we're going to make all of the rest. I'm going to do this as a time lapse, so enjoy. So right now I have sort of something working now. So this is what we have now. We have this rudimentary thing, couple of buttons, and the slideshow moving. We don't have much things yet, and we don't have like thumbnails, animation, and all that. So yeah, I will see if I implement that now. But one thing is that in the implementation of this, I have a couple of things uh, that are not ideal. So first, what we have here, so we have the app component, and we have a slideshow component that we give in the props. We give an array of images. Here we destructure the props, and we have the images. But I have two state variables here, and I can do it with one. So I'm going to change all of this to have only one variable. Right, so now we have only one variable to do the magic here. So the first image is rendered when the component is mounted with use effect, with the hook use effect. Then we have these two functions here that controls the slideshow forward and backwards. But yeah, now we're going to make a thumbnail for each image. All right, we have here now the thumbnail of the slideshow. As you can see, this works, and also we have the index and the previous. So here we have the thumbnail component. So the thumbnail component and the prop subset an array of images and an image function. So we map through all of the images in the array, and we give it the source of each image. We also give it a key because React wants, and in the onClick event, we execute the image function that is passed in the props. All right, so this function here is in the props passed, and the image function that is in the thumbnail is the set index in the slideshow component. This function changes the state of the index variable here and changes the image. So now we're going to have a couple of styles here because this is looking really ugly right now. So yeah. All right, so now we make this a little bit more pretty. So we have here a couple of fingers pointing in the direction. Also, we have the current thumbnail that it scales. I need to change a couple of things here. So in the thumbnail, now the index is passing, it's passed in the props, and here we have a class name. If the index is equal to the current index of the map, it gives the class name of active. Nice. Now the slideshow is lacking some animations in the image, but I don't think I'm going to do this now in the React version because I'm pretty pleased with the outcome of this. All right, that's the React version done. So we're going to do the vanilla JavaScript now. So we have here an index. We import the slideshow file. We call the slideshow function right here. We pass a string. It's going to be the ID of an element here, and then here we have the slideshow function that we're going to work on now. So yeah, here we go. So this took longer than I anticipated to took. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this time lapse. If you want to skip it, don't worry. I will try to do a recap and explain it later. So yeah, enjoy the time lapse. Alright, so we have now this going on. The slideshow works by cycling through a hide class, as you can see. Nice. Now this is looking again a little bit boring, so we're going to study it a little bit more, and I think the project is going to be finished. So, all right, to make this, what we have here in the slideshow, we have a couple of helper functions. We have first a function that returns an element by the ID, one that creates an element by a tag. Then we have here sort of a component, but it's an image. I call the image container. This function requires an ID, a source, and text. So here it creates the image and the span for text, and it's appended all to this container over here. Where is it? Right here. And then it returns that container. Okay. Then here we have the action button, and it creates the button, and then it adds an event listener to that button with an action that we give in the second parameter of this function. Okay, now we have the big one, the slideshow. We need to give the ID of the main here, the main div of the slideshow, and then where is it? I lost it. Beep, beep. All right. Yeah. So here we select the ID, the root, I called it. Then we create a container for each image that we have in the data. The data is like this. Oh, is it? I lost that one again. All right. So the data is an array of objects that have a source and a text. Okay, nice. Now, so we create a container, an image container, and we append it to the root. This is the first image. This should be here. We add to the first image, we remove the hide class because we need to show the first image. And then we have here an action control div, and yeah, this add the class to that div. Here we have the two buttons, the previous button and the next button. So here here is the text of the button, and here is the action of this button. All right, and then finally we append the previous and next button to the action control, and we append the action control to the root. Okay, that's about it. Set it up. Now we have this wonderful slideshow. All right, so finally we're going to make the CSS version of the slideshow, so let's go. All right, so basically what we have here is animation, and we have four frames of the animation, and we have the animation links to the slideshow class. That's about it. We have the iteration count infinite to loop through all the frames infinite, and yeah, this is a little bit wrong, so I'm going to I don't know why. I think I paste this thing, and I have multiple things here, so I'm going to erase this, and yeah, now I'm going to change the URLs because this the Unsplash API give me random image, and I want specific one. So yeah. Going to see how that looks. All right, refresh this, and all right, I think that'll do for a slideshow in CSS, right? All right, going to make that as a total win. I think that should do. All right, so that was the project of the day. I really enjoy it. So if you stick around to the end, I appreciate it. Yeah, tomorrow I will do something similar to this, maybe something more, who knows. So yeah, until the next one, bye.